the general manager, Billy King, who's got, I have to assume, a friends and family plan going on your cell phone right now because you've been burning that thing out over the last few weeks. Nobody has been more active this summer than the Nets. Tell us about what this process has been like for you, and is this the vision, this culmination of a vision that you had way back when you took the job?
Yeah, well, you know, in taking the job and talking to Mikal and talking to Dimitri, it was about getting a cornerstone, getting a star. We made our run for Carmelo. It didn't work, but then switched gears quickly and got Deron Williams. And to me, the process of trying to get Carmelo was for me to try to get Deron after that as a free agent. So once I got Deron, then it was about, okay, now you have a point guard, you have a center. Now I'm trying to fill in. And that's why I went and got Gerald Wallace. I felt he was a veteran 3, and I looked at the free agent market. I felt he was going to be the best one. If you have him on your team, it's easy to keep him. And then, you know, and then I knew we needed a 2 guard to go with that, and the opportunity arose with Joe, and so you add him. And so we had a plan, we had a blueprint. Joe wasn't in the beginnings, but it's great that he finished.
So, Bill, when you think about it going forward now, okay, we mentioned Brook Lopez. It's kind of like you're starting to cover all bases, if you will, from a basketball perspective. Without naming names, where do you see yourself going in terms of needs for this particular team?
Well, the priority now is re-sign Chris Humphries because I think that gives us more depth. It gives us a guy that started for us at the 4 spot. So, you know, that's the key, is get Chris re-signed. And then I think we need a backup point, veteran backup point to back up Deron. And then I think we need a backup 3 for Gerald. So those are the 3 positions that I'm really focusing in on. So, I mean, we've had some great conversations with some guys, and I think we'll be able to do it. It's just now for us, the great thing about it is people are calling and want to come to us, so we've got to decide who fits best for us.
Yeah. Deron's made it pretty clear that his relationship with you, his relationship with Avery Johnson played a big role in this process. When you acquired him, I thought at that point the feeling within the organization was get him on board and show him the vision, convince him of what we see. As you look back on it, did it play out that way?
It did, and I think I went back to playing for Coach K and how he has approached his teams and how he treats his players, and that's all I try to do with Deron, is make him and his family feel as comfortable as possible, get him invested in the program with his, the great thing about Deron, he didn't say give me that player, but and the players that he wanted. So I just wanted to make him as comfortable as possible so that if he was leaving here, he was going to go someplace else and feel that, can I get all those things there? And that's really what it came down to, just spending time with him, talking to him. And not just him, I try to make sure, like, every day at practice and the lunch, I either have breakfast with guys in the locker room or I have lunch with them, and I'm there talking to all of them. So it gives them a chance, if they got, there's no concern or no doubt. If a player feels in that plan or agent calls, I said, I'll talk to him. And so that's always been my approach. And it started really with Coach K and how he's always approached it. He has always said one thing is, I'm going to treat you equally, but I'm not going to treat you all fairly. I'm going to treat you fairly, but I'm not going to treat you equally.
So when you look at this now, right, Billy, I'm just kind of putting myself in your position. Do you wake up like this morning and say, finally, wow, I got this talent, but on top of that, you have flexibility and you have leadership, and you also have veteran players. I mean, arguably, you could say Wallace was an all-star. We know about the backcourt. Brook Lopez, without injuries, inching his way into. Do you wake up and say, wow, it's all coming together?
It did, but I woke up thinking, okay, now I got to get it back up. I got to get the 4. I woke up thinking, I still got things I got to get done.
Good, okay.
You know, I talked to Michael, I guess about a week ago. He says, give me one more week, and then you can go on vacation until October.
Dwight Howard, that's been a big part of the focus the last couple of weeks. At some point, you decided, hey, we've got to move on. It's time to turn the page and construct this team. Was that the basic premise, that you got to a point where you had to address certain things and there was no way you could have this left dangling with a possibility? You had to have a concrete team on your hand.
Throughout the process, I had been negotiating with Arn on Brooks' deal. We had exchanged ideas and thought process, and I was going to be on the West Coast, and I said, Arn, Wednesday, let's get together. I'm going to be in L.A. And so I had planned to meet with him on Wednesday at 12:30. And so as things were progressing, I let people know that, 12:30, I'm going to get a deal done with Brook. And that's really because it was, you look at all the opportunities, but you also got to take advantage of what you have. And that's what I felt with Brook, was to get that deal done.
You made some comments earlier about community in Brooklyn, the family aspects of it. Are you surprised a little bit in such a short period of time, although sometimes it feels like a long period of time, of how this has all come together in Brooklyn, and you're knocking on the door of the season in 3 months or so?
Yeah, you know, it really has. I mean, because when I first, I didn't know much about Brooklyn, but now I've been here, and the amazing thing is, as you travel around and you see people and the pride that they have for Brooklyn and the excitement for Brooklyn, to me, that's what's that makes me want to work even harder, because you know you've got a community of 2.6 million people that really, really want to see you succeed, and that's what's great.
Joe Johnson, what does he bring? What does he bring to this team? You've seen him now for years. He's played against your teams. What do fans need to know about his game that is going to make a splash in Brooklyn?
Well, one, he's a bona fide scorer. He's a guy that just can flat out score in the post, outside, create his own shot. But the thing is different, he can guard his position. And that's really, you don't find that a lot of times. Some guys can score, but they can't guard, and he's very physical. I think for him, as he said, it's going to be the first time playing with like a guy like he had with Nash in Phoenix. I think in Atlanta, he was defined a certain way because that's the way they played. I think here now, he'll be able to do, I think his game will elevate because he's going to be able to do a lot more things, not just because of Deron, but now playing with Gerald Wallace and Brook Lopez. He is going to be a punishing two-guard, as I say, because he's so physical and so strong.
Mirza Teletovic. We don't know much about him. We watch some YouTube videos. It looks impressive. Just give us a quick scouting report.
He's a physical talent. He's a warrior, but he can shoot the three. Really likes to shoot three. He's almost more of a three at times the way he plays, but he is physical. Won't back down from anybody. So he's going to allow us to spread the floor and play different ways. I think if he's out there with Gerald Wallace, Gerald may be offensive sometimes the four, and he may be the three. I think they can switch on defense. So I think for Coach Johnson, he's got a lot of versatility.
Billy, congratulations. I know it's been an action-packed couple of weeks, so well done.
Get to work.
You got some more work to do.
I got to return these calls. Things are buzzing. I've been like dying up here.
Yeah, I felt the buzz from here, just off his phone. Billy King, General Manager of the Nets, joining us here in Brooklyn.